Well, like I said, half term, recording time. I've got a couple of days to myself, hopefully, is the plan. 15 gigabytes of hard drive space, because I managed to watch 6 episodes of Kill la Kill in one night, because I'm recording this, like, the day after I recorded the last episode that I uploaded. Actually, I could have done loads of recording yesterday, I just didn't. And then as soon as I realized I could have done loads of recording, and tried to rectify that by doing some recording, I managed to, like, run out of time to record. So I mean, it's all it's fine. I'm not. It's fine. It's cool. It's whatever. I don't have a helmet that matches up with my leathers. Let's go for a flame helmet because I'm cool like that. When you're a kid, you think that putting flames up the side of a car is cool. That never really changes, but you know, it should. Flames are not that cool. It's kind of a sort of 90s, 2000s sort of modification to like, but the 90s and early 2000s are the best kinds of modifications to like, so I guess it's fine. It's all okay. I need to sort that out. Hopefully you didn't hear that, but probably did. So, Men+Motors. There was another word in there, but I'm just going to call it the Men+Motors trophy. Like I said last week, at the end of last week's video, it is literally just the Dunlop Novice Cup, but over longer stages. Then again, the actual TT itself is just essentially the Dunlop Novice Cup over a longer stage, so, you know. I've still only unlocked the two Hondas for the 125 class. I'll probably unlock more after this race, I imagine. Because obviously, as you can see next to me, I think that's a Yamaha. On the basis that the 250 Honda looks pretty much identical to the 125 Honda in this game, I imagine it's the same for the Yamaha. So I'm pretty sure that's a Yam. If it is, it will tell me on the results screen at the end of the race. We're just going to link handlebars apparently, which is very dangerous. I gave it a bit of a wider line and it didn't pay off because it turned out that was not an S-bend. We're swapping the lead. It's really dramatic scenes over here. I'm in second. Now I'm in first. He's probably going to get a little speed boost because I'm in first. He's nudging me. We're travelling at the dizzying speeds of 130 miles an hour. These 125s are really fast. I mean, 130 miles an hour is faster than I've ever been. Although I have been on a plane. But planes aren't really relevant to race bikes. Hang on a minute. Add to take and delivery. Which meant talking to someone. But I got through it. I did fine. I signed the little electronic thing. I'm not very good at doing signatures. I'm going to be honest. But, I made it work, made it happen. I was saying something about 125s and how fast motorbikes go. I was saying something about how fast planes go not being really relevant to motorbikes. Plus, when you're sitting in a plane, that's not really you going that fast, it's the driver of the plane, you know? So, really, the highest speed you've ever been only really counts if you're the one that actually got the vehicle to that speed, in my mind. Which means that the fastest I've ever gone is probably about somewhere in the mid 40 mile an hour mark. Maybe 50, I don't know. I'm probably being a bit optimistic saying 50 miles an hour, but my friend has a bike, a 50cc bike that does 50 plus, so my bike's not as fast as his by a little bit, but you know, it's comparable, you know, it's similar. I can sort of keep up. So, you know, probably somewhere around that speed. The little speedometer on my bike only goes up to like 35 miles an hour. which is supposed to be plenty, but because my bike like isn't limited to 28, it's not really enough. 50cc bikes could be safe to ride on the road, you know, they could be tuned to go as fast as like they need to go to be safe, but the government doesn't think that kids should be safe on the road. And plus it teaches you to be scared of the road, so when you finally do get a car, you're a little bit less overconfident, I guess. You know, I'm deathly afraid of the road now. I've got a bike and I'm on it, so you know, when I get a car, I'll probably be more responsible. Not really sure I want a car. Compared to bikes, cars seem like big and slow. So I don't know how that will affect my future at all. But you know, it's just got to lose a little bit of time on the dip of someone's of an oh god, the controller's not giving me a nice time, and I'm down to third. Although I do think this is a section of the course that has there should be a little humpback bridge coming up that you get air off of when you go over it. So like you have to slow right down or the chain comes off. I don't know the name of the bridge. I feel like I'm gonna die, yeah. Alright. I get the point, controller, thank you. I've gone back to using the controller that has a D-pad that works fully, not just down and left. I'm talking about up, down, down, left, and right. So I've got two new dimensions of play for my controller. I can go in all kinds of directions. Now hopefully they all crash at the bridge, if the races even go in there. Or hopefully I can like get some catch up, a little bit of rubber banding before then. There is a telephone pole on the inside of that corner that I didn't notice. And I'm glad I didn't notice it, because if I noticed it I would have crashed into it. It's like on Roadrunner, where he can keep running on air as long as he thinks he's still on the ground. It's comedy gold, that is. That's very funny. Alright, well apparently we're not at the bit of track with the bridge. That's the next town after this one. I overestimated a little teeny weeny bit. But there's still a whole lot more rounds of this championship to go. So it doesn't matter that I'm gonna come fourth. That's fine. I can claw it back. Down to second in the standings. No need to panic. No need to worry. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's under control. It's fine. It's like 20 to 10 in the morning. I've started recording early, you know? Last time I recorded like this was Grid. I kept calling it Grid even while I was playing it, so you're gonna have to look over that. Dirt Showdown was the last time I did a day where I just recorded episode after episode after episode. I'm making it sound like it's a real tough challenge to play video games and talk to yourself. It's not. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I don't know why I keep using rhymes like that for when I say things, but I do, and it's just going to keep happening because I have certain speech patterns and I can't break out of them. So at least, hey, it could be worse. I could be that F1 channel, X Fit Show, where he just puts random full stops in the middle of sentences and starts, like, continues the sentence but with a breath in a place that doesn't make any sense. Which is it. I was more irritated by the actual sound of his voice than the way he says sentences. But it's really not my place to critique, alright, because my videos are very low effort. He actually does like some editing, puts in some music. Granted, point to me, it is the same music that literally every other channel that plays F1 games uses. So it's pretty meaningless. But he does put music in, you know, he does all that sort of thing. So his videos are higher production quality than mine. Definitely. So yeah, not really, especially with a channel like this and let's plays like the ones that I do. Not really my place to poke holes in what other people are doing, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I like doing it. I think it's fun. I'm not trying to be an edgelord, alright? I'm not trying to say that it's fun exclusively. It's not the only thing I find fun, is making other people feel bad. But because I feel bad, I want to make other people feel bad, rather than putting in the effort to try and make myself feel good. That's basically that's the gist of what's going on in my head at the minute. If my problem is that when I think something, I tend to say it, and I say it exactly how I think it a lot of the time. Is that, again, you know? Wait, no, I didn't say that thing at the beginning, which isn't really relevant anymore. Doesn't matter. I don't know why I even mentioned it. I was talking to myself mostly. That's what I do, you know. You got to talk to myself to make the YouTubes. I need to like make a friend that I can have like sit next to me to talk to while I record these. That seems like a decent idea. I'm glad that there isn't a channel called like maybe, I don't know, Game Grumps, where like they do exactly that. Because otherwise, like, that would have been an idea that I had that's already been done. Then again, no ideas are original. Nothing is new. Everything is just... Everything has been done before. Probably by The Simpsons. Is that... That's either a Family Guy reference or a South Park reference. XD. I can't remember which one. Probably South Park. Anyway. Last episode, and at the beginning of this one, I'm talking about TT Superbikes, not anything else that I've been playing. I said that I probably won't be able to record much because I downloaded Kill la Kill, and I was like, well, that's taken up a lot of my hard drive space. I've only got like 11 gigabytes left now. But I watched, like I said, I watched 6 episodes last night, and I mean, Kill la Kill, more like Kino la Kino, am I right? That's some good shit. Would recommend, definitely. I don't know if I said this before. I can't remember what I was talking about at the beginning of this episode, but that's what I'm saying now. I'm saying Kino la Kino. Watch Kill la Kill, it's rad. Unless it's like not the sort of anime you're into. I didn't think I'd like it. You know, if you asked me a few months ago what I thought about Kill la Kill, having like not seen it and only seen like pictures of it and stuff, I thought it was going to be like bad, but with good animation, obviously, because, you know, it's got good animation. At least on anime terms. It's still a little choppy here and there. Can't complain, though. It's a spectacle, to say the least. And also, it's an anime. You can't expect an anime to have a good frame rate. Come on. What are we on, V? I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway. Point being, I didn't think I was going to like it. And then I watched the first 6 episodes in one go. So, you know, take away from that what you will, but that's what I did, and it was rad. You know, it's definitely one of them series that you want to finish. And although I tend to finish pretty much every anime I start. Like, start properly. If I only watch 1 or 2 episodes, I'm probably not going to carry on. But, like, pretty much every anime I've watched since I started watching anime I was probably 12 when I first knowingly watched anime. I think I've talked about this before. This is my weeb history, by the way. If you want to hear about the history of me being a weeb, it started when I was 12. Or 11. No, it started when I was 11. And I started watching YouTube videos that revolved around anime for some reason. Because I didn't know what anime was. And then I saw it and I was like, this looks pretty good. I'm going to watch YouTube videos about it instead of actually watching it. Which is the real patrician's choice to approaching a new subject. You know, if you don't watch movies, watch movie reviews. That's my top tip. Either way, I've watched a lot of bad anime. All the way through. Can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know I've watched a couple of ones that are pretty shocking. Ooh. Blue Yamaha trying to block me. Dodge round him like a true professional. Last stage of the TT course, one of my favourite parts of the track, I reckon. Descent down the mountain this way. And then you come down this stretch here, and just round the next corner, not this one, not this corner here, the next corner, just after this corner, I think it's Cregny Bar. It could be Cregny Bar. Cregny Bar seems familiar, especially that building. The building looks familiar. Probably Cregny Bar. This is apparently, this bit here, the fastest section on the course, because it's downhill and it's dead straight. I learned that in the TT onboard VHS 3 videotape. It doesn't have a TT onboard 3, I think. Obviously the VHS part is not in there. It's pretty obvious it's a VHS from what it actually is, on the basis that it is a VHS. The only downside of the fastest bit of the track is because you're going faster through there than anywhere else, then, you know, it's over with sooner. Through the bushes at the side of the road. Up through this bit that no one remembers. I'm going to point this bit out as a bit that no one remembers every time, because it is. You know, you'd think the track skipped from Cregny Bar to like this roundabout here to the hairpin at the very bottom of the course down here. Governor's Dip, I think it's called. I was playing this game off screen, off camera, a little while ago, a few days. I took a ZX-10R around, and I have mentioned repeatedly that the liter bikes are really difficult to ride, and they are. I crashed like 3 times. One of them in Governor's Dip, one of them on the mountain, and one of them in that corner that I mentioned earlier that has a lamppost on the inside that I didn't notice until just now. So, you know, I think I was basing the liter bikes in this game off my experience with the Mad Sunday mode, where it forces you onto expert handling and you have to do a lap of the course on a liter bike and there's traffic. New helmet. Which is... Ugh, that was weird. Which is probably something I'm going to check out at some point. It's not on the challenge mode, unless that's it at the bottom there. Game's not having a nice time in these menus. No, that's King of the Mountain. Alright. Next week, 250cc Men+Motors Intermediate. The word in between Men and Motors and Trophy is intermediate. I knew that.